It's a battle over the state of British household finances, whether spending power is recovering, and when families will have to contend with higher interest rates. Rising prices have hurt budgets most, but the government surprised many by asserting that pay after tax has started to rise faster than the cost of living.
We can just start to see, with the record rise of the number of people in jobs and the fact that the deficit's falling, and now the fact that take-home pay is going up just a little bit more than inflation, we can start to see that things are starting to improve.
Figures issued by the Treasury show that while the Consumer Prices Index rose by 2.4% in the year to last April, the take-home pay of all but the wealthiest income groups went up by more than that, a range of 2.5% to 4.8%. Labour's responded that the buying power of wages since the current government came in has fallen by £1,600 a year. That's adjusting for higher prices.
They don't include in their figures the impact of the in-work benefit changes that they have made. They don't include in their figures the huge tax cut they've given to people earning millions of pounds. And they use a measure of earnings, which is a weekly as opposed to an annual measure.
So do people feel that they have more in their pockets?
Maybe David Cameron has more money in his, but certainly not me.
Benefits are getting cut. So although they may be taking home more, they're losing their child benefit and stuff like that.
We're spending more on energy and everything else that goes with it.
It's a key question with an election looming next year.
Households may well be a little bit better off than they are now. That may be true if forecasts are correct, but they will almost certainly be worse off on average than they were back in 2010 or before the recession.
The other big factor affecting whether people feel they've got any money to spend at all is the cost of mortgages. And the crucial thing is when the Bank of England decides that it's time to raise interest rates to choke off any threat of a house price bubble and a new boom and bust. On the BBC last night, the Bank of England Governor Mark Carney said he didn't see an immediate need for higher rates and future increases would come in small steps.
We would expect any adjustment to be very gradual, because the important thing is to set monetary policy in a way, in a fashion, that's going to ensure that this economy is really and sustainably growing.
The Bank of England was swift to deny speculation that it wanted to restrict the government's Help to Buy scheme to stop house prices soaring in the south of England. Another sign of how sensitive the issues of the cost of living and the cost of housing have become. Simon Gompertz, BBC News.